Yumiko and I, more and more, we're enjoying the thoughts of what our freedom is going to be like coming up. Keep waiting for the other shoe to fall, right? The doctor telling me, Kurt, you've got an incurable disease. you know, you can't, it feels in a way, a strange way, it feels like you can't, it feels like a sin to enjoy the boon days of life. The boon days sounds like boondocks. It seems like a shame to relish in a nice sunny day. Like if you speak it out loud, wow, it's a beautiful sunny day. Suddenly you hear the thunderclap of a storm cloud coming. Likewise, Yumiko and I have worked hard all our friggin' life, and we're at the point now that it's our turn. I keep saying it's like riding a roller coaster. I talked to my friend Andrew. He's in the same. He and Chie, his wife, are in the exact same position this year with us. He and Chie are retiring. They're moving to Japan as well. They'll be moving down to the Fukuoka area. Hey, Andrew, if you see this as well. And he and I share our stories and our thoughts a little bit. And even between us, we're hesitant to front load the retirement life with pleasure, because it feels like you're jinxing yourself, right? Like something bad's going to happen. But the image that I have is like the last 40 years of hard work has been like waiting in a long line at a roller coaster at an amusement park for the best roller coaster in the park. You really want to ride that roller coaster, but there's a long line, and you got to wait your turn. And you wait, and you wait, and you wait. And then suddenly, there it is, the roller coaster's right there. It's your turn to ride. And it's our turn to ride. Andrew, Chie, Yumiko, me, it's our turn to ride the roller coaster. We're 60 now. And we're heading into that decade, that 60 to 70 decade, which is should be a very sweet spot in life. Now, of course, life doesn't always pan out the way we'd like, but it should be a very sweet spot in life as long as our health holds up. It's our decade of freedom, and our decade of the kids are raised. Our bills are paid, mostly. Etc. You get the idea. And we get to ride on the roller coaster. Now, the thing to consider, though, and if those of you who are younger, anybody that might see this who's younger, it's like, no fair, Zurui. Why do you get to ride on the roller coaster? Just remember, by the time you get to ride on the roller coaster, it's my time to get off. Got to make way for you. And getting off the roller coaster means you're dead. So, and during the years that I was waiting for my turn on the roller coaster, the people that got on the roller coaster ahead of me, they're dying now themselves. So, getting on the roller coaster doesn't mean you get to, it's not like a permanent funhouse ride. It's for a brief time. I mean, and all the apparatuses of society, for whatever type of a, social security scheme your country has, it's all, and my counselor at work, I have a pension as well. The pension counselor told me 3 times when I went to interview. 3 times he told me this. I'm just an aside. My company has a really good pension scheme, so in addition to Social Security, there's that, and that's why I get to retire at 60, because I can execute that scheme sooner. 62 is the starting age for Social Security. So the first couple of years will be a little tight until we get to Social Security. Anyway, I made an interview. When you close in on the last year of work, you make an interview, you go to the HR, in a retirement counselor, they do a great job. They assign somebody, in this case it was a guy named Mike. Mike was my representative, my caseworker. Mike studies, we make an appointment, Mike studies up all about my work history, my contributions into the system. This is not Social Security, this is the other system. And then we have a one-on-one. I come in and we go into the office one-on-one. Mike knows all about me, and he asks me the best questions. How do you plan to live after you retire? Where do you plan to live? Tell me about your expenses. Tell me about all this stuff, Kurt. He wanted to know because he wants to help me to make sure I'm making the right decision, because he knows how much I'm going to get in the pension. And depending on what if I've still got a big heavy mortgage to carry, or what if I've still got kids in college, right? well, maybe it's not time for you to retire, and they'll dissuade you away from that, not in order to keep you on the employment roster, but to make sure you don't find yourself in a post-work situation that is not tenable to your life requirements. Anyway, he gave me the good clear. He's like, "You're good to go, Kurt." So, yay. But he told me 3 separate times, that was the point I was making. 3 separate times he says, "Kurt, this," because I was like, you don't talk about this too much stuff. I do. I make these damn videos, right? But he says, we don't talk about this other stuff. And he says, Kurt, keep in mind, this system only works because we're counting on you to die on time. You need to die on time so we can stop paying you and start paying the next person. That's where the roller coaster image came up, right? It's like, crap, it's like a damn roller coaster, right? I get to get, woo, 2.5 minutes around. Woo. Okay, time to get off, get in the grave, get in the box, get in the grave, get in the inferno, and get in the urn, and scatter you around the desert or wherever the hell. It's somebody else. Get on the roller coaster. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. Watch out for that ending. So that's one of the reasons also that Yumiko and I decided to not wait till 62 because we could put in another 2 years I call it it's a trope, the coal face. We could put in another 2 years slaving away at the coal face. But that's 2 years we could be down the damn roller coaster. I don't want to friggin' slaving away at another friggin' 2 years like this. It's been miserable. I'm sorry if my employer sees this. It's not your fault. I hated work my whole life. 40 friggin' years of miserable days going to the office, doing things I hate. I don't want to do any more of that. And it was for good ends, right? I mean, I delivered good ends, right? I mean, I raised a family, I supported a household, I helped others, I contributed my fair share of taxes, always honestly, and that's the way this all worked out, right? I mean, if I'd been hiding the money, then there wouldn't be the game now. I don't want to do it anymore. I want freedom. Of course, that's a whole other topic. Watch out what you ask for. I may not know what the hell to do with my freedom, but Japan will help with that. Japan's got lots to do. I told Yumiko that yesterday. I said, even if we can't travel a lot initially because we've got 2 little dogs, I said, we're going to be eating well. So lots of good restaurants to go to. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Lots of good desserts too. Plus, the place we're going to live has lots of interest. It's a good place, and we're going to have a lovely garden in a fine old house. Anyway, I've gone on and on and on about this, so you get the point. It was a good day yesterday, full of these thoughts, and the thoughts are changing their color, and this may be something to consider if you're younger and closing in on this age. That last year, before, like I said, Yumiko and I'm 317 days. It's under a year from retirement. Yumiko was 57 days. When it was over 365. That was kind of, hand-wringing time. It's still hand-wringing time, but a different type of hand-wringing time. It's a more resolved hand-wringing time. Before it was 365, before it was a year out, I was like, are we really making the right decision? Should we really maybe postpone another year just to make sure everything is good, because we could pay down a little more debt? Because we saddled ourselves with debt for our daughter's college. We didn't save enough for her university, so Yumiko and I have a good chunk of debt to pay down. I'll be able to pay a lot of it down. And we do have retirement savings, and we could use that to pay it off all at once. But we want to use that to buy the house. So anyway, you see the thoughts, right? That's what it's like for almost all the time. It was like this darker kind of a negative tinge, when now it's kind of a positive hand wing. It's like getting close to, you see the roller coaster, like, ooh, this is going to be fun. It looks kind of scary, but it's going to be kind of fun. Ooh, it shifts. We're in that now, and that's fun. And I'll leave it at that. Getting ready to ride the roller coaster. Bear with me just a second.